getting out of your own way. And some people wrote them down and text themselves, and I hope you answered those questions honestly. So today, I didn't really have anything prepared because I'm an off-the-cuff kind of person. So I wrote some stuff down as I was listening to my gospel music this morning, and it said, what can you receive because of what you cannot receive because of what you're protecting? So getting out of your own way, right? What are you protecting? What are you holding on to? What are you filled up with and you can't empty out because of whatever that is, right? So I'm going to go through a little timeline here. A lot of you guys don't know me. I don't think anybody knows me. So for the past 10 years, my life was in turmoil. It was devastating. I was a full-time employee. I was a full-time student. I was a full-time mom and wife. And I was a caregiver for my father who had brain cancer, who was dying. And then after all of it was said and done, and I thought I graduated with my master's degree, I'm good. My kids are getting older, they're in school, I'm good. I'm okay on my job, I'm good. I get a divorce, my husband takes me to court for custody, and I lose my kids to this monster who abused me and the kids for years. So I was like, okay, God, I'm done. I'm checking out. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to do this. Because I knew I was strong. I grew up in a strong household of faith, but I wasn't that strong. I didn't have anything left to give. Someone spoke about just giving it all, giving your yeses to everybody. I was that girl too. So I took my cape off, and I didn't want to be Superwoman anymore. I had to make a decision about my life. Did I want to stay or did I want to go? It's easier to go, right? It's easier to give it all up. And I'm suicide awareness, so if you need to talk to somebody, I'll talk to you for free. I'd rather hear your story than hear your eulogy, right? So when I made the decision that I was going to stay and fight, that's when I determined I was unstoppable. The song that I was supposed to walk out to was Unstoppable. So I knew that I could do all things through Christ who gave me strength. All right. And when I realized that, and I realized what that really meant, is what I pray for every day. Lord, just give me the strength. I don't care what it is going on. Coronavirus, I don't care. Just give me the strength so I can empower somebody else. I wanted to make a difference in the world. I wanted to say, you know what? Even if I just touch one, just one, I made a difference. And tomorrow I'm going to try to touch two. And when 2 and 3 are gathered, you know the rest of that. Yeah. Y'all know the rest of that. So I started to redefine myself. What did I want to project on the world? How did I want people to come to me and say, she is a hub. I can get help from her. So I began polishing up my character. Yes, I was the angry black woman. You can imagine all the stuff I went through. I was bleeding. I was bleeding out, and I was bleeding on other people. I was not likable at all. We've all been there, where we say, you know what? Why are they running away from me? I really mean well, but at the end of the day, I had to come to realization that something was wrong with my character, and I wanted to fix it. So then I started researching, and I went to counseling. Me and my children went to counseling, court-ordered counseling, just FYI. So the counselor said, Ashley, where do you want to be? I said, I want to be with my children. Well, how do you get there? Well, I guess I better be nice to my ex-husband. I guess I better forgive him, right? So then I started the healing process. So if you're in the middle of the healing process, just know that it never ends. But once you start, you're on the right track. So then I said, okay, I got grit, y'all. I have courage to forgive someone that was, in my eyes, unforgivable. Because God extends grace to us, so we have to extend grace to others if we really want to prosper. So I didn't let any of my circumstances deter me from the goals that I had. Yes, I was educated. Yes, I was successful. But I was ugly on the inside, and I didn't like the way that I looked. So if I didn't have grit, I would have stayed in that toxic relationship. I would have stayed drunk. I would have projected that on my children. I wouldn't be able to leave this legacy that I'm building, this empire for my children. So I had to get out of that. One of the words that I learned through my healing process was fluidity and being nimble and being flexible. So being fluid is the ability of a substance to flow easily. Smooth, elegant, and gracious. Y'all see this?
Yeah,
I didn't
girl.
look like this 2 years ago. Had on some Timbs, some Jordans, some jeans, and a baggy hoodie, and my hair was always in a ponytail. But I said I wanted to be graceful. I wanted to flow in and out of people's lives, and I wanted to touch them as I moved to the next person. And what that looked like for me may not look like that for you, but you should at least strive to say, how can I flow in and out of each environment and be a hub, be a connection, be a source. So I started to embrace things. So in order to change, in order to heal, we have to embrace ourselves and accept us for who we are. When we tell our stories and when we accept our flaws, nobody can use that against us. No one can say, oh, she's a drunk. Oh, yeah, I used to drink. I'm not ashamed of it. At one point I was. I tried to hide it. But now I'm like, no, somebody needs that part of me. Somebody said, you know what, I have a drinking problem. I really want to change. But let me help you. Let me tell you how I got through that. We have to accept people for who they are and where they are. When we start trying to change people and project our image on people, then they start to resent us and they start to back away from us, and then they say, oh, well, you know, she ain't no good anyway because she was drinking. You have to accept your losses and let them go and move on to your win, move on to your next. There's a lot of things you need to accept, but y'all get the picture. I got 15 minutes. Okay. So I was brought in an environment of love. Love is for free. God is love. That's all I know. That's all I'm ever going to really know. And as long as I try to love people for where they are and who they are, I have been at peace with it. Everything that's going on around me, if you're having a bad day, that don't have nothing to do with me. What you think about me don't have nothing to do with me. And when you realize that, then you can love and you can live freely because their projection of you is filtered through their own personal experiences. So they might have come in contact with someone that's like you, and then it triggers something in them. But that has nothing to do with you. So here's some nuggets. Grit. What does grit mean to me? The first letter in grit is G, gumption, discernment, wisdom. Use wisdom. Use everything that you've ever been through. And it's a lot, y'all. It's heavy. But use that as lessons to move forward in your life. Don't carry it. Don't hold on to it. Use it as a lesson and apply it. Write the stuff down and say, you know what? Now that I know better, I do better. Right. So if you don't do better, then you become insane, because insane means doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And if you're not getting any different results, then you are technically insane. So the R in grit means resiliency, toughness. Men, yes, tough on the outside. They go to the gym all the time. But on the inside, are they tough? Are they projecting their hurt on their women, on their children? Women, yeah, you can be as fit as you want to be, vegan and healthy, but do you cry every time somebody yells at you? Are you tough? Do you say, you know what, that ain't even about me, boo. Move around. Thank you. In resiliency, you have to bounce back. So a lot of people say, you get knocked down 9 times, you get up 10. How many times have you been knocked down and didn't stay there? And then how long did you stay there? One of the things in my healing process, I said, I'm going to give myself time to dwell in whatever this is. But when the time is up, I got to move. So if you feel like you're stuck somewhere, set a clock, a timer, 5 minutes. Listen, if it don't matter in 5 seconds, I'm done with it. It's a 5-second rule by. If it don't matter in 5 minutes, in 5 days or 5 months, I'm a 5 number because that's grace, and I've been trying to extend grace to people that don't deserve it. But anyway, I'm a 5 person. I'm a 5 person. So if it doesn't matter, why are we holding on to it? Those memories, those feelings, listen, I need peace all day, every day. So if you want some peace, that's how you get it. You set a time limit and you say, after 5 minutes, I'm not thinking about this no more. I got stuff to do. The I in grit is intention. Be intentional.
Yes.
Be intentional with your energy. Be intentional with your thoughts and your words. The power of life and death is in our tongue, right? So what we think and what we say, we manifest in that. So if I say, oh Lord, the coronavirus this and the coronavirus that, I'm bringing the coronavirus to myself. I don't talk about it. I probably talked about it a little bit, but I ain't got time for that. I don't want that attracting itself to me. So remember, what you think and what you say, you're manifesting all of that. If you say you want to be a millionaire,
hello.
We attracting millionaires.
That's right.
Right? If you want to say you want to buy that house, you're attracting that house. So what you say is what you get. So be very intentional with your words. And that goes into purpose, right? So whatever you're passionate about, your purpose is in you. Whatever motivates you, whatever you do naturally, be intentional about it. You know what gifts God gave you. You know what gifts you have. You know your experiences and how you got out of those experiences, domestic violence, how that can help somebody. So be intentional about what you can share with the world. And the T in grit is tempo. Everybody's timeline is different. No one is the same, just like our fingerprints. We're all individuals. We're all different. And we can only move in the speed in which we're supposed to move. I believe somebody had said something like that earlier, and the timing was being. It's the timing. It might not be your time. It might not be your season. But you better be ready when it comes.
All right.
You got to be ready when it comes. If I say I want to be a millionaire and I get that $1 million, I better be ready to sustain that $1 million. I'm going to lose it.
That's right. That's good.
So tempo is the speed in which you do things. It's the rate. At what rate do you want to be great? Ask yourself that. Do you have grit? At what rate do you want to be great? Not do you want your mom and them, your sister and them. They had their chance. That's all on them. You can give them the nuggets all day. Like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Right.
So at what rate do you want to be great? I want to be great yesterday. So everything I do from here on out, I'm still thinking about what I didn't do yesterday and how I need to get to my yesterday because I missed something yesterday. And so today I'm gonna do that and some. So you have to plan out how you want to be great. You got to remove the doubts. You got to trust the process. And if you don't plan for the process, you ain't got no process. You have to free yourself from yourself. Get out of your own way. Become unstoppable. So my nuggets were grit. G, gumption, discernment. R, resiliency. Bounce back. You got this. I, intentional. Be intentional with the people you surround yourself with. If you want to be in rooms with millionaires, listen, you got to go to where the millionaires go. You got to do what the millionaires do. If they say invest, invest. You have to do capital expenses. I have an expense report, and I ain't even got no real business. But I know what I need to do. So if I want to get into that room, I have to say, these are my expenses. This is what I'm willing to invest in myself to get to my next. And whatever that looks like, I have a regular 9-to-5 job, regular money. But I have an assistant. You don't have to have no real money to have an assistant. You say, hey, I'll help you with this if you help me with this. It's a bartering system. They've been doing that for years. You don't have to be somebody to be somebody. You already somebody. You just got to tap into yourself and say, you know what? I'm somebody. Me, I want that. So I'm going to close with this. Grit is firmness of your mind and spirit. It's unyielding courage to step out on faith in the adversities of hardship and danger. So be unstoppable and get you some grit.
All right.
Yeah.